Hello friends, it's show day weekend. My hands look weird. For the NPC Charlotte Cup. So first coat of tan is on. Progress photos have been taken. It is Thursday, travel day up to Charlotte for us. So take you guys along for the entire show day weekend. This is the unglamorous part of like the tan. But I start on Wednesday because I rinse off today. I put more coats on because it still looks, it looks dark, but you got to be super dark. That's why I buy the Pro Tan super dark. And my coach always tells me you can never be too dark on stage. You can surely be too light, but never be too dark. So today's workout is going to be a full body pump. And then we'll head up to Charlotte this afternoon, check in, more tan, get some food, all the things. So welcome guys to show day weekend. Still my favorite pre-workout snack. With it being so close to show day, I've gotten more strawberries and chocolate rice cakes every single day. And then I have, of course, my salt and half of my Core Nutritionals ISO protein shake. And then you can see all the packing stuff as well. So it's getting real, it's getting exciting. And I'm so happy to eat this and get a good pump today. Quick pump at the gym. Definitely got some lunks with my first coat of tan on, but I rarely film myself in the back, and it was just really cool to see everything popping, carbs going to the right places. It didn't take me long to get a pump today, and the point of peak week training and even like right before the show is not to get sore. It's more so to move the carbs around, get some blood flow, and chase that pump. What's up? On a quick little digestion walk after my breakfast, which is my biggest meal. Still obviously having about half my carbs for the day around pre and post train to keep things consistent. As you guys saw in my peak week video, nothing really changes as far as like food sources or anything like that. It's more so we're manipulating things like carbohydrates, going into the show, filling out the muscles. You know, we did an ice depletion. Now we're filling out the balloon. So I like a digestion walk. It helps things move through my system because I'm definitely eating a lot more food now than I was a couple weeks ago. So it just helps your body digest things, lower some blood sugar, help with just kind of moving everything through. And I just love a good walk. And normally I would have Una with me, but she's at boarding. So still getting some steps in today before we finish packing and head up to Charlotte. So checked in with Paul. He's happy with it. And we're just going to stick with the plan today. Might load in some more food tomorrow, but I got a decent pump this morning with my full body workout. And tomorrow we'll have another full body pump. So I'm excited. I'm just getting, a little nervous, but mostly excited at this point of just being like, okay, it feels real. There was a moment there where I was like, is this even like really happening right now? So, but yeah, I'm calm, nervous a little bit, but I think I'm nervous just because, you care and stuff like that as well. I'd be honestly be shocked if I wasn't like a little bit nervous and stuff too. So yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a fun time. I'm still repeating my goals. Have fun, bring my best, and just see what happens and see how we stack up. That's all we can do. And, I'm excited to see one of Lexi's clients, Priscilla, who's coming to the show as well. I think there's a decent number of pros at this show too. So I think it's going to be a super fun time. So it's a typical 9 a.m. prejudging, 5:30 finals. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good time. We're mostly packed and we're just going to stay calm, stay focused, and get everything done before we go to Charlotte. So yeah. What's up guys? We made it to Charlotte. Oh my goodness. That was a long drive. It was only supposed to be like 4 hours and 15 minutes. It ended up being almost 6. It rained, there was accidents, there was traffic, and it was just like, it was a long day. It was a long trip, but we made it. Daniel went off to Whole Foods to pick up a couple of things that we didn't bring from home, but I will show you guys the room. We're getting settled in. I'm gonna eat and do another coat of tan tonight, and then off to bed because it is 7:20 and your girl is hungry. and I need some sleep. So I will catch you guys in a little bit, but I'll show you guys the room because this setup is pretty baller. I'm a fan. I like Hilton's. All right, so this is the room. So we have a little like dining area right here. Yes, since we drove, we brought our badass Arctic cooler. There's like a little living area here. And a full little like kitchenette, which is huge. Huge fridge and freezer. We've got the microwave, some nice dishes, all those kinds of things. I still bring like all my plasticware, but this is awesome. Big bathroom. You can see I already put aluminum foil on the seat. We got plastic bowls for later for the tan. And we got the big bed, king bed back here. So honestly, this is a really big room. So I'm gonna strip the bed and put all of my black stuff on there after I eat, and then we'll do the tan, and then we're gonna sleep. So, cause I'm tired, it's been a long day. And, but you know what? We made it, we're here. This is also why I do like coming up on Thursdays, just in case stuff like this happens, as far as like our travel time and stuff like that. So it makes sense to come in a day earlier. Friday morning, more rice cakes and strawberries, because that's what my body likes. Pre-workout snack on point today. We've got my pre-workout drink already mixed up. Everything is gonna be popping today at the gym. So this is QC Pump House in Charlotte. It was a local gym that had kind of advertised as being like a show gym for the bodybuilders that were competing. And so I bought a week's pass to use so I could get in pretty early, be kind of around staffed hours on a Friday and Sunday. But it was a pretty big place, good size warehouse, lots of different equipment, everything that I could possibly need to get a great kind of full body pump the day before the show, with a slight more focus towards the glutes to get them nice and full for show day. And here's a quick clip of me doing some hip thrust. Yes, I'm cold. I'm using the booty builder. They had, I've usually used plate loaded at my gym at home, but they had the cable loading. And so none of it was labeled. So I just kind of guessed what I needed. And again, for this, I'm really not trying to get super sore. I'm just trying to move the carbs around, get some blood flow, feel like an athlete again in the gym with the food that I've had, and kind of just, kind of have some me time, because after our long travel day, definitely needed this under my belt. Definitely still focusing on the squeeze. And then you'll notice here, since this is my last set, I did also some body weight glute bridges as well to continue to feel that mind muscle connection and feel that squeeze. And so it was just really great to be in there, be in the vibe, be in the gym vibe, kind of have, again, my earbuds in, tune out the world, and just get a really great pump the day before the show. You know me, I love my lateral raises. And so did a couple of sets of these as well, just to get that nice blood flow towards the delts. And with this many carbs in my system and everything, and being this lean, it really didn't take me long to get a pump, which was awesome. I didn't spend too much time in there the day before the show. All right, guys, we are back from the gym. You guys saw some gym footage. I did a little bit for like Instagram and for YouTube specifically. So got a good pump today. I'm feeling better about like where we are right now. And I woke up this morning definitely feeling a little bit flatter in my glutes, which makes sense. We had a long drive yesterday. It kind of pushed back a little bit of my food and water, which definitely happens. And again, it's why you come in a little bit earlier, just so you can have time and your body can adjust. But I got a really good night's sleep last night. Woke up naturally at like 4:30, somewhere around there too. So I'm very happy that I slept. Good digestion, so that's always a fun thing as well during peak week. And then went and trained at the gym, got a good pump, glutes, and a little bit of shoulders, a little bit of back. My upper body pumps super quickly, but it takes my glutes a little bit longer. So came back, ate, and then I checked in with Paul again. We did some posing on FaceTime, and he's happy with kind of how we're looking. We're gonna check in one more time tonight after my last meal to see if he wants to add some more food. So cross your fingers, my glutes get more food, but we'll see. But we're keeping it tight. You know, I don't want to like blow out the waistline or anything like that. I think my carbs today are 180. So I've had 90 already. And so I'll have 2 more meals before check-ins, and then we'll come back and check in with Paul and see what the plan is for the night. Got my hair and makeup time, 3 a.m., which is fine. It's fine because like I wake up that early anyways, so NBD. So yeah, but I'm excited. I've never done makeup by V before, so it's V herself that's here. So I'm very excited to try her out and have that Barbie glam experience. But right now, we're just chilling at the hotel. I'm gonna pack my show day bag and I'll show you guys that when I'm done with it. And then the rest of the day, I'm just gonna like relax with my legs up, maybe play some of my Switch, read my Kindle, watch some mindless cartoons, because like I like just staying calm. The day before the show is just like nice little zen mode. Got 2 more coats of tan to put on today. But yeah, not a ton going on, honestly, which is the best part. It's like there was a lot of like build up, a lot of like pack this, do that, go here, go there. And then when you finally get here, you're just like, okay, let's take some time and exhale. Allow my body to do what it needs to do. Allow the carbs to go where they need to go, my glutes. And we'll just, you know, have some fun today, relax, and then tomorrow is gonna be a good day. I'm already just gonna call it, it's gonna be a good day. You know why? Because we're here, we're gonna have fun, and it's gonna be a really, really solid stage package for myself, and the best I've brought as far as just like this early in the season. Could be my best ever. So I'm just trying to stay calm, not be nervous, and just do what I need to do, and just let the chips fall where they fall and have no expectations. Let's just get up there and see what happens and have some fun and dance. All right, so we got my show day bag all packed. It was pretty easy just moving things over from my big suitcase to my little rolling suitcase that Daniel brought. So we've got my suit and backup suit in here, pump up bands in here, main shoes, backup shoes, pee cups that are hollowed out the way I can pee through them. And then up here we've got straightener, hair stuff, show shine and bikini bite just in case. And then we've got my jewelry. I'll put my number in here. I always put my number where my jewelry is just in case, like I just need all of it in the same place. Got touch-up makeup stuff back here. And then I'm just gonna leave some room for a blanket and some backstage food, like a little bit of chicken, rice cakes, and nut butter and some water and salt. So yeah, we'll just stuff everything in here. But I like packing this again the day before. That way all I gotta do tomorrow morning, since my hair and makeup is very early, I'm just going to roll out afterwards and just not have to think about too much on show day. All right, here is lunch for today. We're going some romaine lettuce, some chicken, honey mustard, avocado, egg yolks, and I will have dessert of 2 caramel rice cakes with some strawberries and nut butter. So a lot of food going in today. Definitely taking a digestion walk after this as well, just to make sure everything's flowing through. But we're feeling good, and we're gonna enjoy every single bite. All right, guys, we are about ready to go to athlete check-ins. So we're excited. I had my, 4th meal already? Checking with Paul afterwards. So we are at the Charlotte Convention Center. This place is friggin' huge. So we're gonna check in, get our number, and then head back to the hotel. So yeah, it's gonna be a super fun time. Got my hubby here, biggest cheerleader, biggest support system. Happy show day. It is 2:57. I'm going up for hair and makeup at 3, so I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, guys, I cannot believe that it is here. Oh gosh, I guys, my room key. Holy cow, guys, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh, okay. I honestly cannot believe this is me right now. Oh my goodness, the glow up is real. Oh, I just can't. I'm just like taking it all in. Oh my gosh. V did incredible. Oh my gosh. All right, I feel like
a Barbie doll. I'm not gonna mess this up. It is almost 4 a.m., so I'm gonna take some check-in photos for my coach and then eat my first meal and then drink some coffee. Try to lay down for a little bit and then drink some coffee in a little bit. So we hit 106.8 this morning, so that's right where I think we need to be today. So got a good night's sleep, and yeah, I can't believe we're finally here, guys. So it's gonna be a really, really fun day. I'm gonna try not to mess this up. I have like a touch-up kit and everything too. So, but y'all, like it's after all the hard work, we're due for some little pampering. So yeah, we're just gonna take some photos, lay down, eat, and then it's time to dance. All right, first meal of show day. We've got some egg whites, cream of rice with a little drizzle of my chocolate hazelnut almond butter on top. Got a decent amount of salt as well with this meal. I'm gonna have the whole 20 ounces of this water and a coffee as well. So it's show day. All right, so obviously hair and makeup is done. Meal one is done. Final coat of tan is done. And so we're just relaxing for a little bit before meal number 2. And then we will head over to athlete meeting, at like 8. Show starts at 9. The boys are first, and then we will I imagine I'll probably be on stage like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And then the pros go after us, and then it's flip-flops for the night show to where it's 4 o'clock pros, and then we'll follow the pros. So I'll probably get there around like 5-ish, backstage and stuff like that to get ready for finals. But checked in with Paul. We're very happy. Glutes are full, core is tight. That's all I could honestly ask for at this point. So I'm like 106.8, so very happy with that. Did not poop today, but it's okay. I rarely do it. I've done it like once on show day. It's like the golden goose egg if you actually poop on show day. So, because I was up at 2:30 this morning. So, had my coffee, nitro cold brew, straight to the dome, nice and black like my soul. So, yeah, we're just going to get up there and have fun. We're going to dance. We're going to show off the hard work. We're going to pose our hearts out. And we're just going to see what happens. We're just going to see how we stack up and control what I can, have fun backstage, make some friends, and just enjoy the camaraderie, enjoy the fact that we all made it here, guys. We all made it here. We've all done the hard work. We've all embraced the suck. And now it's time to Barbie it up, glam it up, and then just have a ton of fun, rock it out. And yeah, and then it's time to eat tonight. So, all right, meal 2 coming at you, and then we've got athlete meetings and showtime.
Meal number 2, we got some chicken, some honey mustard, 3 caramel rice cakes, some strawberries, and some chocolate hazelnut almond butter. This was so good, you guys. I was so happy to eat this.
Front double bicep. Relax front lat spread.
Here we go, individual routine. So normally they bring you out in groups to say hi first for initial comparisons, but since there were less than 5 girls in my master's 35 and over class, they just brought us out for individual routines first, and then they did call outs and comparisons. So I was very happy with the smoothness of my routine. I definitely think that I have an opportunity looking back on this as I edit this video to improve. And that's exactly why we do multiple shows. It's exactly why I did this show, was to get up there, get the jitters out, because even though, yes, this is my 4th season, I still have some jitters up there. I still am out of my comfort zone. I don't do this normally, guys. I'm not a pageanty dancing person. And so now you can see they have the three of us up there on stage doing initial comparisons. They did move me into the middle after this initial kind of front pose, back pose. The judges are obviously looking to see who is fitting the criteria today. And then, of course, you know, they're putting us through the motions. And I'm just trying to keep everything nice and tight, remember my poses, and not, you know, continue to smile, because sometimes too, do not forget to smile on stage. We do forget this sometimes, but it was awesome being up there. So it's put us through one more transition and everything. I was super happy with how my tan looked as well, because Daniel rocked my tan, my hair, my makeup, my suit. Everything really came together for this show. And of course, you know, always looking to improve afterwards. Post prejudging, Paul said eat another meal, and y'all, cold brew coffee for the win from Whole Foods. It was so delicious. So I had this meal with some chicken as well after prejudging. So your girl is back in the hotel gym. Prejudging is done. You guys saw my little recap and a clip of my food. So Paul wants me just to do some pump work, you know, get some more jitters out, get things moving, keep digestion moving in the right direction and stuff like that too. And obviously I had some cold brew after we got off stage as well. So I'm like, your girl can't sleep right now. So I might take a nap after this, but had a good meal. Let's get some pump in, let's move some stuff around, and remember at the end of the day that I am an athlete. All right, guys, so you saw my individual routine. So I'm very, very proud of what we brought to the stage today. Prejudging is a wrap, and so it looks like I might be in the center of my Masters 35 class, and then maybe just outside of center, so either second or third, don't even know, of my open class. And so honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better result from kicking off the season. Am I a little disappointed? Yeah, a little bit. But I'm competitive. That's how I roll. But I talked to my coach and my husband as well. Like, they help ground me a little bit as well. And even they were just like, yeah, you know, might be a little bit off judging today, or, you know, tweaking these small things. And that's why I'm going to get the feedback tonight. I'm honestly really interested to hear what they have to say and to take it and go with the next show and stuff like that. This is why we do, you know, a local show, a regional show, whatever you want to call it. You know, just to kind of get the jitters out, get back up there, dust off my heels, because I haven't been on stage since 2023. And so this is also a good, you know, just kind of gauge of where I'm at, how I stack up against the rest of what the current bikini standard is. And I think that, honestly, I think I'm doing really well so far. So my big win was the fact that my glutes were full AF, definitely full and round. And so I was very happy about that. Trained them really freaking hard yesterday, that they were like starting to be sore last night and very sore this morning. So I think the extra inflammation helped me out a little bit. But all that aside, I'm happy for like the jitters to be done and to get that rep in of just getting up there on stage, you know, getting in front of the judges, the glitz, the glam, all those things. Like V slayed the makeup today. My suit is like gorgeous, you know, everything about the day, like about my look, I am like super, super proud of, because I've put on the density that I needed to put on. You know, I've done the work, and now it's just time to, as Paul says, fine tune the Ferrari. And so we have, you know, finals tonight, and nothing's over until finals, until after finals, you know, because things can still change, and stuff like that. So I'm keeping it tight. I had you guys will see, my meal that I had afterwards. And then we're going to go get a pump in the hotel gym, just to get some blood flowing and everything, and continue to be an athlete. Because as soon as I started pumping up, I was like, oh, this feels good. This feels right. This feels like home. So yeah, so we're just gonna, you know, get that in, and then relax for a little bit before finals tonight, get back up there. It's no individual routines tonight. It's just like walkout, front pose, and awards. So it should go by pretty quickly. The pros are on at noon for prejudging and 4 p.m. for finals, and then we follow them tonight. This is a pro men's physique and a pro bikini show. And so then the NPC will go, a couple of individual routines across those divisions, but then it's us. And then we get to go eat. I'm so excited. Something different than freaking chicken and rice cakes. I love my chicken and rice cakes. Trust me,
Don't get me wrong, but your girl has been craving some fucking steak and bread for too damn long. So, and my husband, we've had a long overdue date night. Like it's been too long. So, yeah, we're gonna get that in. It's going to be fun. We're going to make some memories. We're going to have some fun, get the feedback directly from head judge today is Mo and a couple of the other judges as well. I think Joe Pishkula is here and a couple of others too. So I'm going to get their feedback as well. Good tip for those getting feedback that, you know, it's a whole whirlwind day. Pull up your phone and record it as a voice memo. That way you can save it. You have it directly from the horse's mouth. There's no misinterpretation from what they're saying and what you may be hearing. And if your coach isn't there, you can like text that to them. That way they can hear it too, straight from them. So I think that's a fantastic idea. I'm probably going to do that tonight because it's probably going to be pretty loud in there after the show, just to make sure I, you know, get that good solid feedback and go into the next show, because my next show planned that I have on the calendar is like 6-7 weeks away. So we have plenty of time to refine things, whether it be posing, leanness, you know, anything of the sort. We can work on that in between shows, and we'll definitely be taking, you know, a good solid diet break after this as well. That'll give me an opportunity to, you know, continue to fill out, continue to push hard, and continue to kind of just like keep and refining my physique in between shows and get better. Because as you guys know, like your first show of the season is, yes, a really fantastic look. It's your best look. Like for me, this is probably one of my favorite looks that I've had. But it always improves. This is a sport of improvements and everything too. So not coincidentally, it should get better throughout the season, refining things, fine-tuning things, and that's what we're going to do. So because we've got a few more shows planned for the season, this is just the kickoff. This is just the start of something greater and greater and greater and more fun as we go through this process and this journey, and I'm happy to take you guys along for the ride. So, all right, my arms are getting tired, so I'm going to relax, and I will catch you guys later on.
All right, guys, we are heading back to finals. Oh my goodness, ready to get this show on the road so we can go shower, because that's the best part, and then we get to go eat. So we're just gonna have fun, see what happens, and nail my pose, and then yeah, that's it. Get some feedback and go have some fun. So we got there early enough to see the finals of the pro show. So this is one of my favorite pros, Maria Acosta. She is shorter than me, and if you guys can believe it, she is a beast on stage. Olympia, you know, top of the Olympia and top of the Arnold as well. And so she just looks super conditioned, super full. I love her sass. I love her routine. She's one of my favorite pros. She's super sweet. I've messaged her a couple of times. Actually met her at the NPC conference here when they came to Atlanta. And so it was super special to kind of see her routine on stage. And again, you know, see the fluidity in it too. And then we got to see the awards. And so able to cheer everybody on. And I think that's Ariana Brothers that got second, which meant Maria Acosta got first. I was so happy for her, which means she is Olympia qualified, ready to go and everything in her, I believe she's from here, in her hometown as well. So super, super fun day, and huge congratulations to her and Ariana and Jordan and the rest of the top 5. They were just super sweet girls. We got to see them all backstage. They looked incredible, and Romina as well, and Kiki. So it was a great show for me to see in person. All right, finals time. This was our master's class, and so they told us for finals, which was really chill, backstage and on the stage itself, just do your front pose, and then we'll do awards. And so it was nice because finals was pretty quick, and so I still think I can definitely refine a few things. I want to work on more of the dead arms in my walk, and not be so chunky, but stuff that we can definitely work on after the show. And y'all, we showered. This is Fleming's. Got a salad for some fiber and some greens. Got some scrimps for some protein. And then Daniel got the pork belly as well. And it was so delicious, you guys. And then I got my filet dry with just some seasonings on it. The Brussels were on point with some bacon. And then Daniel got a ribeye, which was fantastic. And then these sweet potatoes, y'all, were so good there on the right. They were like a miso sweet potato. I did not show you the bread that I ate earlier either. Dessert, gooey brownie. That's all I wanted was a freaking brownie post-show. There was like some honeycomb and whipped cream on top. And then, of course, had a bite of Daniel's creme brulee. But you guys, this was an amazing post-show meal.
Good morning. It is Sunday, and obviously we are back to normalcy. This isn't normal yet, but man, it looked like a murder scene in that shower last night. Now I just look like, apart from like my hands and my feet where it really gathers, I just look like I went to the beach for like 3 weeks. So, all right, but you guys saw how everything went down last night, and honestly, kicking off the season with a first and a second, I can't complain. I really can't. Would I have loved to have gotten first? Yes, of course. But I'm really proud of the package that we brought, and it's definitely my best kicking off the season. I want to look at the photos to make sure and to see if it definitely could be a best ever. I think from the back, for sure, a best ever. But again, I want to look at the photos. I want to get the feedback. Mo did not stick around last night. Sometimes judges who travel, or live locally, or need to get back. She needed to get back last night, so I'm just going to email her for feedback. So that does happen, but definitely still wait for the official photos to come out, and then email the judge, and then we'll get feedback. We have 6-7 weeks until my next show, so we got plenty of time to, as Paul says, and I may have already said, fine tune the Ferrari at this point. I don't think we're far from the mark. I think that we could be a little bit leaner, just so we could fill out more, and make me look, really pop, make the glutes really pop, especially in my front pose on stage. But overall, yesterday was like so much fun. It was a whirlwind, and it's amazing. I really enjoyed being backstage with the girls. I really enjoyed getting my jitters out, honestly, because I was nervous getting back up there on stage. I hadn't been up on stage since 2023, so it's been 2 years. And so you're gonna have some jitters. You're gonna have, even as this is my 4th season competing, you're still gonna have some jitters and stuff like that. So it was really good to do this show, get those out. The girls backstage were so sweet. I met a couple other girls from other teams and stuff, and so we were exchanging like Instagrams and everything. So meet people backstage, open up, and just have some fun, talk to people, especially the night show. Like the vibe was just like calm, but like we were just all happy because we're basically done. And at one point, we're all just like kind of like staring off into space and being like, "Oh God, we're so tired." So, but it was a great day. It really was, and I'm really happy to kind of kick off the season as well as we did. I'm just really grateful and just really fucking proud of my stage package. And it's only gonna get better from here, and that's kind of my big takeaway. And the fact that also my glutes were dense as fuck on stage, especially in my back pose. So I could see it from the video that Daniel got, that you guys saw. And I'm just gonna relish that win, because that was something that we were really hammering in improvement season. So, and that's why I'm about ready to go train. So I'm sitting in Daniel's car. I'm gonna head back over to QC Pump House. This lift is not because I need to, it's because I want to. Like, that's a big thing for me after a show. It's like, sleep in, do whatever you want to do, on Sunday and stuff like that as well. But my body woke me up. Finally fucking pooped. It wasn't great, but hey, it's a start. So I was just like, and I don't care, it's TMI. I don't really fucking care. Because if you've done a show, like, you guys know the golden goose egg of show day is pooping on show day. It's rarely happened. I think it's happened maybe once for me in my entire career and stuff. And so it's like, it's just digestion, man. But yes, this lift is for me. It's not because I'm going to go burn off some calories or burn off the food that I ate last night. No, it's not about that. This is for me. This lights my fire as an athlete. I'm a fucking athlete first, and a competitor, and stuff like that second, because that's a hobby for me. I'm always going to be an athlete my entire life. So I'm getting back to my roots today. I'm probably not going to film because, again, this one is for me.
and I'm just gonna go in there and have some fun. It's a freaking playground at this QC pump house, and yeah, we're just gonna have fun. We're gonna get a pump, and then tomorrow is definitely rest day. And then we're gonna get back at it. So I think Paul and I might, chat and regroup at some point once we get back like the photos and the feedback and stuff like that. But definitely this week, at least as far as I know, until I check in with him, probably check with him on Monday, is a diet break. And so I'll probably make a separate diet break video maybe next, to kind of go over things, and maybe even if I had the feedback as well too. So, but I'll do some final thoughts when we get home. We're traveling back to Atlanta today, pick up Yuna, and then head back home. So, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy. And it's just like, all right, we're back. 2025 season is officially underway. And I will say last night's meal was, y'all, everything that bread loaf, I can't remember if I got a clip of it. If I didn't, I'm going to try to find a picture of it on Yelp, because it was sourdough bread. Y'all, warm sourdough. Oh my God. I'm so team bread. Because that's all I wanted. Like, post-show, picking out what you want, like exactly what you want, not just eating because it's there. And because, I started getting that bottomless pit feeling when I was eating on Saturday afternoon, just being like, yeah, I'm eating and I'm still fucking hungry, and stuff. And so I definitely kind of just like mentally checked in with myself, even during that meal too. Like I know I ate the bread probably really fast, but again, I was really hungry, and it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I hadn't had an actual meal since 12:30. And so, yeah, so I ate the bread. It was so good. Oh my God, guys. I enjoyed every single bite. And then we got some, like you saw, a shrimp cocktail. That was some good protein for me to help me slow down as well. Like, I love that. And then my steak was delicious. I only ate about half of it, but I ate it slow, just because too, like, all these kinds of foods I haven't had in a long time. So it's important to kind of just gauge yourself and check yourself, but still pick out foods that you want. Like, I had everything I wanted, and I got my gooey brownie, which was, oh, it was so good. It was so good, guys. Oh my goodness. I was just like in heaven, in chocolate heaven, because it's my jam. I'm a chocoholic, guys. So, I got everything that I wanted yesterday. And so we are back fully on track today. And, yeah, we're going to head home soon. I'm going to get a pump for me and have some fun in the gym and put all the carbs to good use, because I've got some energy now. Not that I didn't have any yesterday, but you guys know how show day goes. So, good meal, full belly, and I think the scale was up like 2 pounds this morning. So yeah, I'm like, whatever, that's fine. It'll go back down. So, nothing crazy. And then, yeah, we'll head home to Atlanta. So, I'll catch you guys in the next clip.
All right, guys, it is Monday, so now I'm 2 days post-show, still looking wild. Got the tan off, got the makeup off. Shower was so nice. And now my skin is like so dry from the tan. So fun things, I'll go over some like post-show notes, feedback, post-show meals, all those kinds of things, and kind of what our next steps are in this kind of like wrap up clip. So number one, getting the tan off. Obviously, your skin is very, very dry once the tan goes on, because we're exfoliating for so long, and stuff like that as well. But my big thing that I found that works well, at least for me and a decent number of my clients, is going to be an exfoliating glove. Also, I got like 2 of them off Amazon. And then the combination of like lemon juice and baking soda, like on the actual pad itself, and then just start scrubbing. I usually stand in my bathtub and put a little bit of water on the bottom. That way I can like rinse off the glove and then put more lemon juice and baking soda on. Normally, depending upon your skin type and tones and how much tan you had to put on, it could take, 3 times of doing that. It will definitely gather in different areas. The most things that I notice is like my feet and my ankles are like the worst. It's like the tan just likes to stick there. So, and like my hands as well. My hands will probably come off pretty easily, but I'm going to try to I allow it a couple of days, probably start scrubbing it tomorrow or Wednesday or something like that as well. It does come off a little bit each shower and stuff too, but I'm back on my normal sheets, normal towels. It's not anything like to be worried about at this point, but I'm just ready to get it off and to have like moisturized skin again, definitely too. So, And so I talked with Paul on Sunday on our drive home about the show and about how everything went and stuff like that as well. And so we are waiting for feedback. Normally the judges will stick around, but Mo, the head judge, had to leave and get back home really quickly. And so we're just going to wait for photos to come in, and then we're going to email them and get feedback that way. And so that's definitely one of the two things that I recommend. If of course they stick around, record the voice memo on your phone when you're standing there. That way you can send that to your coach, and like you can also listen to it as well afterwards, because again the whole day is such a blur. Or obviously email is good too, but obviously email is a little bit delayed depending upon how close your next show is. But I have 6-7 weeks before my next one, and so there is definitely time for us to make improvements and make changes, and that's honestly the thing that I think Paul and I were both excited about, as far as like, okay, we haven't come in with this level of conditioning to my first show of the season ever, and so it gives us an opportunity to take a diet break this week, and pull back on the cardio and kind of let my body just recover a little bit from like what we've put it through, because it's a lot. It's the show day weekend, the peak week, that you guys have seen everything. Like it's a very, very busy time, and you need some exhale time after that. Your body needs it as well. Like I as you guys saw, enjoyed my post-show food. And so we're gonna, get some feedback, and then we'll make the plan as far as just like what we're gonna be doing. We're probably gonna be building a little bit. It's hard to build muscle in between shows as a natural athlete during contest prep. Normally it's very, very hard to do, but at least what we could do is, be a little bit fuller, come in a little bit leaner as well, maybe a couple of pounds depending upon what the feedback is, and try that look for my next show. And so I think that's, again, you doing multiple shows allows you to improve upon your physique, improve upon your stage presence. I'm going to continue to refine my posing as well, because that's still something, like I was definitely nervous up there. I got the jitters out, but I was definitely still nervous up there. And I want to make sure that, if I'm putting the work in to get this physique, that I'm showing it off properly, and putting in that muscle memory, with regards to posing. And so this has always been a sport of improvements. It's bodybuilding, which is really cool. So, but I'll keep you guys updated as far as like what our plan is, how I'm going to be navigating in between shows, because that can be some of the hardest and most critical time. I would honestly say more so mentally than physically. Obviously, guys, if you have to get like leaner, like lose, 7 pounds in 7 weeks, like that's still really tough to do. And that's a physical grind as well as the mental grind. But the mental grind as well, like once, you have a post-show meal, you enjoy yourself and tasting that food again, a food that you haven't had in a long time, it can be very mentally taxing to get back on your normal foods the next day, which is exactly what I did on Sunday. I enjoy my post-show meal. You guys saw that. I picked out, this is what I tell my clients, this is what I do strategically for myself around the show. Pick out foods you actually want. Don't just eat it because it's there. Eat it because it's backstage, or because people are shoving it in your face because they bought you cookies and all this stuff for you because they came and watched you. No, I don't support that. Eat it because you want it. If someone brings you like a brownie and you want to have a brownie, that's totally fine. But do it because you want to do it. Have a plan. You've had a plan the entirety of prep. Why would post-show, why would this lull, this time period be any different? Because it helps you mentally have a plan. Okay, that way you can just execute the plan. That way there's no like surprises or no like, oh my gosh, this was here, I got overwhelmed, I just ate everything in sight, and stuff like that as well. So I had a plan. I picked out the restaurant I wanted. I knew exactly what I wanted from the menu, and it was foods that I normally, digest decently well as well. Like you guys saw, like I got, sourdough bread, which was so good. And, enjoyed the foods, because I feel like, when you do make a plan, when you do pick out the indulgences, the fun foods, I never call them cheat foods or cheat meals or anything that implies negative relationship with food. Food is fuel, and food is fun, because it's fun when we eat it and make some fun memories. Like I knew exactly what I wanted. When you pick those kinds of things out and you eat them, I find it's a whole lot more enjoyable, because you control your food. The food does not control you. Okay. Like it can feel that way. Trust me. I felt the pull. To have even more of the food. There is definitely a point where you could become, and because of the leptin in, Stephen calls it ghrelin, I call it ghrelin.
because I like gremlins for ghrelin is the hunger hormone. Leptin is a satiety hormone. And so they're off when you get this lean. And also too, like when you're depleting, when you're loading food in, like you become hungrier. If you've ever been hungrier on a refeed day, I know I have, is because your body's like, oh, we're not in a famine anymore. So let's release more ghrelin, we're hungrier. And, you know, because there's more around, there's more available. And so that's how that pull can happen, of feeling a bottomless pit. No matter how much you eat, you can still be hungry and things like that as well. So having that plan, I think, is very helpful for those kinds of moments where you felt the pull. I felt the pull on Saturday to overeat, to eat more of the sweet potatoes, to eat more of the bread, to eat the entire brownie, but I didn't eat it all. I split it, you know, and that's, if you want to try something like that post-show, that's great. Sharing appetizers, sharing an entree, sharing a dessert. That way you try some things. That way you don't feel restricted, you don't feel like you're missing out, but also you're not committing to an entire like pizza, you know, or whatever your post-show choice is. You know, my clients have done things like sushis, burgers and fries, you know, I love my steak and bread and stuff like that. And I know what I want. And so that can very much help you. And then of course, you know, I do talk with my athletes during peak week about their post-show plans. They feel very comfortable sharing that kind of stuff with me, as far as like, oh yeah, I'm going to go out to dinner with my family and then I'm going to get back on my normal foods the next day. Some of my clients are like, hey, well, I have a brunch scheduled. I'm like, hey, brunches are so easy to navigate. You can have a nice egg white omelet with all the veggies on it. And then if you want to share like a waffle or a pancake or something like that, I think that's totally fine as well. It's about having a plan and not being an asshole to yourself, because your body is a sponge post-show. And I have a whole post-show video that I've gone over as well in my 2023 PEP as well, as far as like post-show blues, things like that as well. They definitely do happen, especially when you're done with your season. And so, but having a plan, telling your coach about it, talking through it, and then having that accountability of checking in with your coach after the show. Like I checked in with Paul multiple times on Saturday. We had a call on Sunday. I did the same thing for my athletes, as far as like offering, hey, I'm available all day Saturday. I'm going to check in with you on Sunday and see how you're feeling. And then if we need to chat, we can chat. If not, we can chat on Monday or whatever it is. You know, I just want to make sure, because again, I know how fragile the mental state is, and how hard that this really can be. You know, because we can have a lot of rapid fat gain after a show, because your body like is so like this. And if you like, one meal could turn into 2 meals, could turn into 5 meals. And then all of a sudden, like you're distended and bloated in the stomach, and you could be up 6 pounds in a few days or 7 pounds in a few days. Like it can happen, guys. It can really, I've seen it done. I've seen girls gain 10 pounds in a week post-show because they didn't have a plan, because they didn't talk to their coach. Their coach ghosted them, or they felt terrible about their placing and they just ate their feelings and kept on eating and eating and eating and eating. And so don't hoard post-show treats either. You know, if you don't trust yourself with like cookies or brownies in the freezer, just don't have them. They're going to be there after your season is done. Or if you can ration them, that's totally fine as well. But again, too, thinking about the mental state post-show is the fact that once you taste it, you're going to want more of it. I wanted more of it on Sunday. I was just like, oh man, we could do this, we could do this. I'm just like, nope. I allowed myself to feel that feeling for a second and being like, no, I want to feel good. You know, so I went to the gym, ate my normal meals. I didn't even bring extra stuff with me to have in my orbit. You know, I'm like, I don't even want to see it. I'm good, you know? And it's just like, it's not because I wouldn't have been able to control myself. It's just because I'm like, why put that extra stress or pressure on yourself as well? So, that's kind of like post-show stuff. And then in between shows, like I said, it can be very hard to stay on track in between shows as well. But the faster you get back on track, the faster things like digestion get back into play, your sleep improves, you feel better, and you start relighting that fire again and being like, okay, I can do this. I can stay on track. I can eat my normal foods that I still enjoy. Like I love all of my stuff that I'm eating right now, and stuff. So that's kind of like a little post-show tidbit, post-show tips for you if you are kind of in your season, getting into the next show, having that plan in between shows, understanding when your next one is, and then understanding what the feedback is and what improvements you're going to be making going into that next show. Because you tend to look and feel and do better. I'll say not necessarily placing wise do better, but you can do better in terms of improving your package. Always the goal. Show to show to show to show. That's why I like, if we can, if the schedule allows, if it's what you want to do, doing multiple shows close-ish together, enough time to make improvements in between shows, but not too long. Like I said, like 7 weeks, that's doable. I think 12 is probably pushing it as far as like staying on track. especially if you're not a seasoned competitor or mature competitor. If this is like your first season, that's almost too far apart, in my opinion, at least. But again, there's still stuff that we can do. We can still reverse a little bit and then cut back down again, you know, and it all depends upon the person. This is why, again, consistent communication with your coach is key, is very, very key. Pre-show, peak week, post-show, especially post-show. So yeah. We woke up this morning. I had a new low, 105.8. I'll put some pictures up because I was fucking proud of this. I did not restrict food yesterday. I had my normal breakfast, my normal lunch. I brought stuff with me to eat in the car on the way back, and ate my normal dinner, and I slept fantastic. Digestion was on point, and, you know, stress was lower. All these kinds of things can contribute to, you know, the weight coming back down again. I think I said I was up 2 pounds, and then lost it and lost more, you know, but because my stage weight was 106.8. So I'm a pound underneath that today, which is hilarious to me, and stuff like that. The body is weird, the body is wild and stuff like that too. But that just tells us that we can improve, that, you know, my physique's going to improve for the next show. That's going to be a fact. My posing is going to improve for the next show. That's going to happen. Those are my goals for the next one. And so we're taking the diet break fully this week. I will definitely film for you guys what that looks like, aka same foods, just more carbs. And less cardio. I'm honestly really excited about the less cardio part, because the doubles definitely wear on you for sure. So we're gonna do that for a week. We're gonna check in and then see where we're at, see if we need to add more food, see if we need to, you know, change up training. We're gonna get feedback from Mo this week, once photos are posted and stuff too, and then we'll just continue to roll on with the season. But this is just the start. We're just getting started, guys. You know, I'm really stoked about this season. I'm really encouraged by, you know, everything that happened this weekend, the community, the camaraderie, the girls, and again, continue to like reaffirm that I'm in the right spot. I'm doing the right thing as far as like, this is the sport for me. This is the lifestyle for me. Cause again, I would do this even if I didn't, you know, compete. I still live the lifestyle of a bodybuilder, which is going to be me, you know, post show and post season and stuff like that. So yeah, we're just going to have fun until then. If you guys have any questions, I'll probably do, because this is show weekend, I'll do the diet break, and then I might do like a prep Q&A, but I'll put up a question box on my Instagram. But if you guys have questions about like show day or anything that you saw in this video, you know, or like post-show feedback, whatever that is, just comment below, and I'd be happy to like compile all of them into a really good like prep Q&A in a couple weeks. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.